Fancy. Oh, shit. Okay,
there you go.
So, another episode of the Gluten Power Hour, the Semolina Sit Down. Today, we're doing something very exciting. We're talking to servers of the sky, or flight attendants. Long time ago, I said, yo, Adrian, we need to interview some flight attendants because there's a lot of shit that they do that seems like it's similar to what we do, but I'm not really sure, and I'd love to find out more. So here we are. Go ahead.
Well, fasten your seatbelts and welcome to FancyBread Airlines. Today, we're joined by Nelly, a server turned flight attendant. And together we're going to dive into the Venn diagram of what makes our jobs similar and unique, but different to other episodes. Today, we don't necessarily have topics. We're just going to flow because we have so many questions. So chapter marks will be at the bottom below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy your flight.
Let's not forget that off camera, we have our consultant.
And apologies.
Not forget.
Apologies. We also have a consultant on this side.
Yeah.
Caprice, thank you so much for joining us off camera.
Yeah.
So you'll be seeing some...
corporate flight training.
Absolutely.
Executive VIP.
She brought her boss just to make sure that, we didn't violate no NDAs. So please sit back and enjoy the show. Now, before we start, of course, let's give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Please, Nelly, let us know a little bit about yourself, about where did you start and how did you get to doing flight attendant?
Yeah, so I'm Janelle, and I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. I'm currently a Miami-based flight attendant, but before being based in Miami, I was based in New York, I was based in Dallas, I was based in Philly, and yeah, I guess that's about it. But I became a flight attendant about 5 years ago because my aunt is a flight attendant. So she's a flight attendant with United, and I had graduated in the social work program, and I was working as a social worker. But I was like, you know what? I still want to see the world. And that was right around, well, actually it was before COVID. So fun fact, I was actually supposed to start right before COVID and my training date got pushed back a year, obviously because of COVID and everything. Yeah. But it's funny because I used to tell my professors when I was a social worker, I want to be a traveling social worker. And they're like, that's not possible. And now I do therapy and then I flight attendant on the weekends and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
There you go. So don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do.
Caprice, how long you been a flight attendant?
Caprice.
3.5 years.
3.5 years? Yeah.
Rookie.
Did you also did you also serve tables at a point as well before?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Ooh.
In Queens.
In Queens?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many years would you say that you served tables or bartending in your restaurant?
Probably 6 months before I moved to management.
There you go. So we got 6 months here before moving to management.
You left the tips to go into management?
Are you also Miami based flight attendant?
Yeah. You can't tell though. You would think she's New York based. She's always in New York.
Okay, just letting you know that we have to repeat everything she says because every time that she speaks it's very, very low, so our audience will not.
I know
be able
that's
to
on
hear.
purpose though.
Perfect. So that's what happens when you show up late. All right. So also, you mentioned that because we had a bit of a phone call before we started this, you mentioned that you used to work as a restaurant as a server.
Oh, yeah.
And you mentioned that, funny, you worked at Hooters.
I did.
As well. Is there anything else? Is there anything you want to, before we dive into airplanes, that you want to talk about Hooters before you go? Yes. How was that experience? How long did you work there?
For Hooters, I did that through college. So I worked there probably about a year or two. But I've worked at so many different restaurants before.
Right.
But Hooters was fun, yeah. What was the question?
No. Just wanted to, because the thing is, we had a bit of an episode. We kind of mentioned give a jab to Hooters because of the fact that they're kind of closing and the situations that that some of the servers have been put through.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a little uncomfortable and just knowing that you came from that type of perhaps harassment from guests to going into the airlines, then the question would be, if tomorrow you were to wake up and your life were to change, and the only thing that changes is that you're either working at Hooters or you're working in an airline, which one would you rather take?
Oh my goodness, the airline. The restaurant, you have no benefits. You're literally having to...
That's not true.
Working at Hooters, what was my benefits? Health insurance. Working as a flight attendant, I can fly for free domestically. My international flights, I went to Korea and Tokyo for my birthday about 2 years ago. Guess what the round trip was?
You paid the taxes on it.
How much is that?
$200.
$40.
Okay.
Round trip.
There you go.
Do you think Hooters is doing anything like that for
Wings?
me?
Yeah.
They don't, what if Hooters were to reopen their airline? Would you go ahead and work with them?
A Hooters airline. I think I'm getting a little old. I'm in my 30s. That's, if I was 20 something, maybe.
You know what's funny when I think about that Hooters airline? the smells, because I would imagine like how would it be in row 3 you got the garlic, and then you got in row 7 you got the spicy Hawaiian barbecue, etc. Like what would that smell like on a
The
plane?
plane would be crazy.
And with that, I want to segue into that particular topic: smells on a plane.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
As a flight attendant, tell us what are those smells that?
Yo, I'm so
that
excited
you're
about
like,
this shit, bro. I got so many questions.
that
bro.
guy or that person?
I got so many questions.
Fuck that person.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Well, I'm gonna take away the media trained answer, and I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
There was a lady on my flight, this last flight that I just worked in. Oh my God, I almost threw up talking to her. Like the exit row, I had to do my exit row briefing, and whenever I was talking to them, I was getting a whiff of her scent. Like, granted, here comes the media trained part of me, but she was an older lady, maybe had on like some type of like diaper or something like that. But never in my life have I ever like talked to somebody and been like gagging right there. Like I'm like, oh my God, this is bad.
Yeah.
So
But
that was
nobody else said
BO.
anything.
That was BO there.
That was like she
Body
used the
odor, by the
restroom. She used the restroom a couple of times,
That's
and
disgusting, bro.
and it was sitting there.
How long was that flight?
Oh, that was a quick one though. It was only about an hour.
All right.
Oh, at least it was a
Okay,
quick one.
okay.
So what are
Yeah.
some of the smells that guests tend to have when they walk into a plane
Yeah.
that in their minds they're probably say, "Oh, I don't smell."
Okay.
And then when they walk in, it's like now everybody has to deal with you.
I would say like certain cities kind of have like an anti-deodorant vibe to them, like they're trying to be
ones?
more Colorado,
Colorado.
Coast Liberia. I mean, I guess Colorado's on this. Denver, Liberia. Is that what it is for in Costa Rica? LIB?
LIB, LIR.
LIR, yeah. That's Liberia, right? Yeah, so I would say like some of those more natural destinations or people are doing like the hiking trips, they come on and like I'm like, oh my God, I can tell like you're a vegan and you don't wear anything leather.
Or
and,
you
like,
make your own deodorant and it's
Yeah,
not
you
you're not
make your
really good
own
at it. Yeah,
deodorant.
yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Would you say that there's something
There we
that
go.
these guests could use to mask that scent other than
Deodorants.
taking a shower and deodorant? Because I mean, if they already smell, like,
Well, to mask it, no, you
like
can't
is there like
mask
is there like an
must.
oil scent that they could do or sprays or something that you can do to like? Have you ever had that situation when you have that spray and you're like, ma'am, sir, I'm gonna have to spray you. It's for the good of everybody in this plane.
No. Honestly, thank God, outside of that one situation, it's never been that crazy, but it has been like, okay, it's kind of musty. Now, I will say, outside of like the mustiness, people fart all the time on the plane. It's a natural thing.
the altitude, girl.
They do it in
But
restaurants
it's like
too.
some people's farts, I'm like, this should be illegal. Like
It's
this,
the altitude.
this is the altitude.
It's
Is
the
crazy.
altitude is what it
It's
is.
insane. Like
It's the altitude.
Yeah, some of the worst farts I've ever smelled have been on a plane, and then it's recycled air, so like it just sits there. And imagine doing service, like you got your little cart and you can't move, you're just there, and
Wafting
it's just
and recycled air and burps and farts and nail clippings is disgusting.
Exactly.
So
And funny thing, and just to close, those tend to travel with you. If you're one of those guests, no, I did spoke to one of the mechanics of those big planes that you tend to work on. And something important for you to know is that when you travel, if you fart, that fart is going to travel with you all the way until you reach your destination. The only difference is that because of the air density, it's going to be a little bit lower. So the one tip that you might want to adapt is that little fan that you have right above your face.
Yeah.
You might want to make sure that it's pointing at your face because that is fresh air that is actually pushing away everything else from arriving at your face. Remember, you throw that fart, it comes with you until we open those doors.
okay, Bill.
You're
it
so
up.
good at this. You're like
Okay.
a commercial break.
Okay,
Yeah, listen,
Bill.
if some airline wants to hire me to
shit
do a
is
little bit of
crazy.
service announcements,
Okay.
just slide you into our DMs. Let's start some business.
All right, farts aside, let's get fucking serious
Yes.
here. So, in preparation for this episode, I found a lot of similarities between flight attendants and servers.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering a couple of things. Do you receive tips from passengers?
Every once in a while.
Is that against policy?
We have a policy for it, and it makes no sense. So initially, whenever someone tries to give you some money, you have to say, "Oh no, thank you," and they have to insist.
Right.
yeah.
They have to like be charismatically aggressive
Get it.
over your
But
politeness.
who's doing that?
I mean, it's part of the job.
Hey, listen, I mean, respectfully, that oh, thank you. Same like, oh no, thank you. It seemed like you trained for that because it's like you have to say, oh no.
I feel like
Yeah.
every
Has to be like a
similarity.
certain-
I feel like every similarity we find between us and them,
Yeah.
we really need to talk about because we already got a similarity here.
What really?
So soliciting for tips is considered rude, and a lot of jobs considered a fireable offense if you solicit for tips.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do it.
Solicit means like you're asking for
Right.
it, right?
Yeah. Right. But however, how many times, Adrian, has somebody been like, "Oh, everything was great," and somebody goes, "Oh, I left you some extra," and you go, "Oh, great, fantastic," and you look at it, and they let you look at it, and they go, "Oh, was that enough? Was that enough?" See, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you say in those situations? Wow. What do you say?
I mean, wow, I've had so many.
It really depends, bro.
It really depends.
It depends.
It really depends.
What do you
say?
say?
Because in some cases, of course, you always say, "Thank you very much. It's very kind of you," right? But in case that it's
How
not,
was that? Hey, how was that?
How
is
was
that
that?
enough? Is that enough? That tipped you. Is that enough?
You did that, right?
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Another zero right there. That's enough right there. Thank you very much, sir. It's
I
been
like
a pleasure.
your style, bro.
Hey, my mother always say, if you ask, you're fucked. There you go.
I
So
thought,
don't ask.
I thought that was gonna go somewhere else.
Don't. That's the reality. You want to ask? There you go. That's
What we're gonna do. That's another
what you're
theme
gonna do.
of the
One
show.
of the many. Remember, we spoke about asshole to asshole, so you gotta know who you gotta do that too.
That's another theme of the
You
show.
gotta know you gotta do that.
Today
But
we're
that's
gonna
for
leave
another day.
open-ended quotes.
Correct.
Right.
But at this point, like I said, they asked you or they insisted. It
So,
went
yeah.
beyond that step.
So you
it's
can't get
okay.
tipped.
So
Yeah.
you can't.
You do get tipped.
I do.
Like you get handshakes.
But it's, yes. But they have to first say,
okay, so you know that's
According
a
to
great
the rule book,
thing
According
to the
know.
rule book, yeah.
That's a great
But
thing
the
to
thing
know.
about us, we don't have managers on the plane, so who's
Right.
patrolling any of this?
But hold on, you might have some snitches on the plane though.
Yeah, especially if you get a tip and then you don't give it to other people.
You're supposed to share tips.
I mean, I think it just depends. Like, I think it's courtesy.
a lot of
like, if you
non-written
get
rules.
a tip, if you get a tip, like you're kind of the person that's gonna pay for the van tip, you know. So like whenever you land, the van comes and picks you up. They pick up your bags and stuff like that, and like you're supposed to give them $1. So if you're bragging like, "Oh, I got a tip," then it's like, okay, like come on, you got some money.
Okay, so on the tips you've gotten,
Yeah.
you as well. What? How much we talking?
Oh, the most I've ever gotten was $50.
And you?
I got a $100 bill one time.
$100 bill one time.
On the record, I did not take it.
Why?
For the record, not
Think you're
take
For the
better than
record, she
us?
didn't take
okay,
it.
Okay, go.
Yeah, for the record, she didn't take it.
For the record, I didn't take it.
All right, whatever. So okay, so
Oh, wait.
go
I want
ahead.
to come back to
ahead.
because we kept going about the Venn diagrams, and by the way, we didn't talk about the smells on the restaurants, but we'll try to bring it in the last call. What do you say when a guest says, "Oh, by the way, is this enough?"
I keep
What do
it
you
simple.
what do you say?
It depends.
You give them the bread
It all-
way.
it
I give
all
them the
depends.
fancy. You gotta give them the
It
bread.
depends. Ask me again.
Yeah. Hey, whoa. Is this enough?
No. All right, here we go. Next thing. Next thing. Here we go. So, I was on a flight recently. After we already knew we were going to do the show, so my mind was in that space.
Yeah.
So,
Where'd you come from?
Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So, when you guys do your announcements, the safety whatever thing, the seatbelt buckle and the fucking and the shit. When y'all do that,
Attention.
what I brought it to where my mind went was when we spiel a table.
Yeah.
When we stand in front of a table and we talk to them about our food, our specials, our
Yeah.
recommendations. Now, I would say it's fair to say most people don't pay attention to you.
Oh no.
Now, how does that make you feel?
Oh great.
You love
I
Is it?
hate whenever you're doing a safety demonstration and there's people that are just like this, like, oh my gosh,
I'm
just
so
staring
glad
straight
you
into
said
your
that
soul.
because I feel guilty.
Oh no,
I
please
feel
don't
guilty.
feel guilty.
You see, this is why I love this show because I have felt guilty
For not
that
paying
the flight
attention.
attendant is like, obviously they don't want to do it. It's the 100,000th time they've done it, but I'm trying to be like, yo, you know what? I'm here for you. Thank you for showing up. I'm here, and I'll make eye contact with them every once in a while. But now that I know that y'all don't even care,
Oh my
do you care?
gosh.
No, I guess I appreciate when you guys, I can tell you're doing it for that. But also when everyone's paying attention,
It's
It's
weird.
weird.
now I get nervous. Like, wait, y'all know something I don't know? Why everybody...
Right.
So it's complicated. So it's complicated.
Well, but however,
All right.
is it everyone? Because I had a situation once where I go in and have my headphones on, and somebody's like, "Hey, you need to take those off. And I'm
Another
like,
passenger?
And I'm like, no, the flight attendant. I'm like, what do you mean take them
in
off?
the exit row?
And I'm like, what? And it's like, oh, because you need to be able to listen to us in case we give you an emergency on landing. And I'm like, what?
Maybe they thought you were cute. I'm like, it's giving power tripping or just wanting to have extra conversation.
Thank you. Now I know that if you're messing with me,
Yeah.
It's because you think I'm cute.
you think I'm cute. All right, but still, don't.
So
fucking-
for us,
leave me alone.
For us, it also depends. Sometimes, I mean, how do you feel? I don't know. When you're spilling a table, no one's paying attention. It bothers me not because I take it personal, like pay attention to me. It bothers me because I know that you just missed out on information that you're probably
you're
going to
gonna ask
ask me
about,
about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to repeat myself.
No one's asking me. Well, one person has asked me in my 5 years how to fasten their seatbelt. But they will be like during an emergency for sure. They're gonna be confused and lost, you know. But
How do you feel when people don't pay attention to you during a spiel? Because I feel like your answer is different than mine.
I mean, I gauge it and I pause it because difference to the airline, if people aren't listening, you still have to finish your spiel. You have to still do the putting the thing over and the seatbelt and the fastening on the buckle and you have to do all that. But if guests are not listening to us, we can just shorten the spiel. Like some people will go ahead and open their
do that.
Some people will open their menu and
Yeah.
talk about boat pages. Some people will open the menu and talk about 3 items. Some people won't mention anything, right? So in a way, it's kind of up to us. The difference is that we do kind of have a manager around. You don't. So it depends on the mercy of that person. But we can, go fast or slower depending on how people react. But it does kind of suck at times where, you give them a beautiful spiel and they're like, yeah, I'll have a Diet Coke. And it's usually a fucking Diet Coke.
you know how
usually
many
a
Diet
Diet
Cokes I
Coke.
give away on the plane? Like Diet Cokes on the plane, it should just be all straight Diet Cokes. That's everybody drinks
That
that.
shit is disgusting.
It
But
is
you know,
disgusting.
even if nobody's on the plane, we still have to do the entire safety demonstration
To no one?
to nobody. Yeah, it's a
For
FAA
real?
regulation. Yeah.
There's a lot of backwards shit in the FAA, huh?
Oh, FAA is straight. They run a tight program.
Now,
for sure.
speaking about tight, I want to bring it into seat arrangement
Okay.
and changing seats, right? Because something that happens in restaurants,
Fucking love this
right?
episode.
There might be a couple that come into the restaurant. They're early, right, or whatever reason. They're like, hey, I want that table over there, and you'd be like, well. There's just like a plane. There's a couple of, there are a couple designated seats that are around a certain price range, and other seats are for other price ranges as well, right? So, people when they come to the restaurants, they need to understand that yes, there might be tables available, but those tables require that you pay a little more. You
Right,
wanna
but that's-
stay,
but that's not
you
written,
gotta
though.
pay. It is not a written rule, and that's why I want to ask her.
Yeah, that one is more simple.
In an airplane, I already come in. I have my seats assigned. Now, let's say I am with my lady, and we have, we have 2 seats, and then on the 3rd seat that we arrived, there's, let's say, an unpleasant person for whatever reason. Because if there's an unpleasant person on a flight, it's anyone but you. So just now you know. And there's an unpleasant or less unpleasant situation. What would be the right way to talk to a flight attendant and say, hey, can maybe get another seat? What's going on? Is it done through tipping? What does this work? Right? What is accepted and what is not accepted? Because we'll give you a couple ones in restaurants.
I mean, I feel like with flight attendants, everybody is so different. So what the tip might work with somebody, and then with the next person be like, did you really think that you could just pay me, But I think for me personally, it would have to be something along the lines of like showing some type of courtesy, like, hey, I want to change my seats. I know you guys are still boarding, but if there's anything else open, do you mind allowing me to switch? I think for me, that would be good. Because then it's like, okay, cool. I have this in the back of my mind that you are wanting to switch, but you're not trying to interrupt like all of the things that we are doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
then if we have an open seat, I could be like, hey, you over here, you guys can actually come over here. But the exit row, no. You're not moving to the exit row.
You got it?
That's not happening.
You have to pay more for the exit.
That-
And you
yeah.
can't pay on
I
the
just
flight
meant
either.
for
Well,
example.
talk to the
Yeah,
gate
go ahead.
agent. People get on the plane and they're like, oh, we want to move here. First of all, the gate agent is the one that seats you guys and gives you your tickets. So you're coming on here and asking me. I just, everybody likes to talk about flight attendants like, oh, you just give around like peanuts and Cokes. So let me give out my peanuts and
Diet
Cokes.
Cokes. Diet
Diet Cokes, exactly.
Diet Cokes.
Let me give out my peanuts and Cokes. You're trying to make me pay like seating arrangements. Like that's not really what I'm supposed to do.
This shit is fascinating, bro.
Yeah.
This shit is fascinating.
So there are ways to move around. And
Yeah.
do you have another quick tip on how to perhaps maybe get a different seat once you
No, like she said, as long as you're polite and you ask and you wait until the end of boarding and we have open seats, I'll let you move as long as it's not to the exit row or main cabin extra, because people pay extra for that, and I
Got
don't
it.
want to upset them.
Very well.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not asking for something that people are paying extra and are nice, perhaps. You can
I think
get
it's
your
all
way.
about being nice.
And also,
Yeah, for
when
sure.
it happens in the restaurant
all
as
about
well,
being
it's
nice.
actually the same way.
It's
If
really all
you
about being
get
nice.
sat or seated, whichever
I'd
you
say
prefer.
the only difference
and,
is
go ahead.
the only difference is that in the restaurant there is no prepaid price per seat.
That's what I was thinking.
There's
Yeah.
only implied prices
Correct.
per seats. I'm not going to sit you at a booth in the corner on a Saturday at 8 or at 9
And you just want to have a
if
drink.
that's not the table I was going to sit you at.
Yeah.
Unless you understand that if I sit you there, you have to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it's a little bit more
Which
convoluted.
I've
But
had some flight attendants who are a little bit more strict,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, you want to change seats? Yeah," but they'll charge you for it. Like,
I don't think. I don't know.
I don't think
what
we
you
can do
guys
that
buy?
anymore. But at a point, I was like, "Oh wow!" So they're more aggressive. So
Yeah.
in a way, servers and airplane, flight attendants can be multi
So
proud as well.
speaking about how there's implied differences in quality and prices, do you like have a set person who's gonna do first class service, or is first class service just let's flip a coin, it's on you today?
Oh no! You get assigned like a certain position. So we have
Right.
like position 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is always going to do first class, and they're also like the leader of the plane.
There we go.
But it's not like it's not like
Seniority.
well, I was gonna say seniority. They have first pick, but like it could be somebody super new that is now the number 1 because nobody else wants to do it.
Okay, so it's not necessarily like
Okay.
an
They're the
honor.
manager
It's
of
kind
the
of just
plane
like
or anything.
it fell onto them.
Exactly. But yeah, they have the first class section, and then like the number 2, they're the person in the galley. So in the back of the plane, they're like setting up all the carts and organizing everything.
Yeah.
The 3 and the 4 they call the princess positions. That's all I fly because I'm a princess, obviously. But you're kind of like more so focused on like greeting the customers and just kind of having like, oh, you put your bag here. Okay, let me help you with your seat. Like it's kind of more like person.
Right, but those roles aren't assigned based on your personalities and your
No,
abilities.
you bid for that.
You bid for it.
And it's based on seniority.
Okay,
So like at around the what is it, the 10th of every month, you get like your bid. So you get to decide like what do you want to fly? And you say like, oh, I want to fly these positions, I want to fly these type of trips, I want to have these off days. But it's
Man.
all seniority based.
Yeah, they're not guaranteed. They're
exactly.
requests.
So like
Man.
at Caprice's seniority, she can't really get what she wants. But you know,
Damn, no, she rolling here like she VIP. Look at that.
Easy.
I'm a
You had
Come on.
attitude since you walked in here with your Brooklyn name.
You're right, Brooklyn. But yeah, I have a little bit more seniority. They call me a senior mama. No, I'm just playing. But
Okay.
at 5 years,
They probably-
you're kind of like mid. But like some of the people that's been flying like 30, 40 years.
I was going to ask you that right now.
Yeah, senior mama, senior papa. That's what we call them.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of male flight attendants that are gay? I don't think I've seen a straight male flight attendant.
Well, I mean, how would you know?
I mean, a lot of the male flight attendants I've seen are very, very flamboyantly gay.
Oh yeah, it's about. I would say in my perspective, I would
and
say
good for y'all.
Yeah.
Good for y'all.
I would say
Give
about.
me my peanuts and my Diet Coke.
I would say about 85%.
It's
and
high.
honest,
It's
yeah.
high.
And when
Yeah.
I fly with the straight male,
I'm just wondering, like,
Yeah.
what is it about the lifestyle that makes it more common? Because it's very common.
No, but when I fly with a male straight flight attendant, I'm like a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Like
So you see, it is a whole thing.
now we're gonna talk about taxes and we're gonna talk about cars and sports and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about that.
Maybe that's why a lot of them are gay.
Yeah, I think just like the freedom that they get and the
What?
culture is very acceptable to it.
Question. What about service pets on board?
Well, ooh, that's a good one. What about
Service
service pets on board?
I flew with my dog once. It was cool. It was chill.
He's a service pet.
I mean, yeah, the same way people in Miami have fake handicap things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let's be real. Let's be
some
real.
of these service animals are the most untrained animals ever. Like
See.
you see the dog, it's like doing
Right,
everything.
but I did it
I'm
right
like,
though.
Yo,
I did it right though. I gave him Benadryl, so he was real calm.
We like that. We like that.
And he's a Frenchie, so he was extra calm. Come on.
Real.
You know, he does
My
chill.
dude was chill.
Yeah,
bro.
he was chill.
No, I love the
Love you,
dogs
buddy.
on board. A lot of people complain, but they're cute.
So when we are doing a shift, we have a set pool of members at our job. Like we know all of them, right? After you work long enough, you know everybody. But before the shift starts, I don't know who my serving assistant is going to be.
Oh,
And
cool.
depending on who that person is, I might be like, yep, it's gonna be a good night. Or I might be like, fuck, it's not gonna be a good
It's
night.
going to be a rough night.
It
You
is-
can't like request.
You don't choose.
Wow.
So you do
I mean, in some places, some what would you call them?
Right.
The big daddy, big
Seniority,
mama.
yeah, whatever.
Some big mommy, big daddy.
Yeah.
They can always say, "Hey, that boy is," and
okay.
that can be done. That can be done, but that requires a lot of
different
favoritism.
environment. It's a different environment.
Can be done, but not
different
everywhere.
environment.
Yeah.
So how's that work for you?
Every trip
do
we
you
get
know
new
exactly
people.
who you don't know who you're going to be with? You don't know who your flight crew's going to be.
Well, I mean, you could look on your schedule and see the crew, but it's just names.
Right, you don't choose.
And then
them.
there's so many. How many flight attendants do we have in Miami, Caprice?
Over 3,000.
So about 3,000. So I mean, some people fly with the same people over and over. Like if they
Because
do,
they're always bidding on the same flights.
exactly.
So,
Like Caprice goes to Jamaica all the time. I'm sure you fly with some of the same people.
What you go to Jamaica for all the time, Caprice? That answers the question.
No, she's got some. No, I'm playing. But
That answers the question. That's okay.
I gotta say,
okay.
I'm starting to see why a lot of female servers like the idea of becoming flight attendants.
for sure.
There's a lot of similarities, and everybody has their roles to play. Like in your case, you do like the whole greeting part aspect more.
Yeah.
So some servers are like that; they do that part. Some servers will be more technical, so they probably would enjoy
The
dealing with the
galley,
card.
yeah,
And
yeah.
exactly, so there's different opportunities for those who are seeking to move from the restaurant industry to serving on this guy. Ed, I think it's time for a snack. I mean, we're mid flight here. We do have we want to talk about some food because we thought that since you came in, we want to give you some snacks. Can you get a little
Visco.
cooking? Little cooking over here? Yeah, I mean,
Look at her. Look at her. She's like, man, fuck these dudes. Yo, listen, that wasn't planned. I stopped somewhere before here, and I was like, I was in the aisle. And I was like, Biscoffs, I gotta get a Biscoff.
Yeah, get fucking big.
I'm not mad at the Viscos. I still appreciate them.
I'm tired of them.
Let's talk real quick about.
Look at her. No, it's not.
Let's talk
We
real quick
fucking with
about
you. It ain't nice.
serving food on the plane, because a lot of things have changed throughout the years. I feel like airlines keep downsizing more. Like, for example, we spoke about the safety advisory. I remember when every plane had a TV and they would do you didn't have to do it. Now we're back to doing that. And then we used to have food on planes. Now we just have Biscoff.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what's going on there? Do you think is
depends
that
how
going
long
to
the
change
flight
anytime
is, though. Depends how long the
soon?
flight
Is it
is.
still depending on the flight? What's going on? I tend to fly a lot domestically. So
Yeah, I mean, it does depend on how long the flight is, but when you work with someone that's been working for like 40 years, they'll tell you a story like, oh, when I was a new hire, I used to have to cut the rotisserie
That's
chicken.
exactly what I was gonna
and
ask
I'm just
you.
like, it's been the same ever since I started working, but hearing those stories, I'm like, yo,
I was gonna ask you. That's exactly what
it was.
That was
straight.
my next
but
question.
I
swear to
do
you.
wonder if when those times were, if they
Yeah.
really make that big.
My
thing,
next
too.
question was like,
Right.
do you still work with people that were flight attendants when people could still smoke on planes? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Oh my God.
amazing.
You know how many stories we have about
That's
people
amazing.
back in the day? There was a smoking section. But
Yeah,
how
I
do you
know.
have a smoking section on a plane?
I was on planes when you could still smoke.
How old are you?
First of all, I didn't like the way you asked me that fucking question.
The same thing.
So it was great having these two ladies. Get the fuck out of here. I'm old enough that I was on planes when they used to
And I'm
smoke.
grateful that you brought it back to smells
Yeah.
because again, that's also one
Erica,
of the
you saw
many
that
smells
fucking
that
disrespect?
people bring to
I'm
restaurants
sorry.
most of the
My
time.
intrusive thoughts, yeah.
The one smell that is most predominant in restaurants from outside, it's smoking.
Weed smoke.
Weed smoke,
smoke.
cigarette smoke, or vape smoke. And a little quick tip, something that you might want to avoid if you're a smoker is coffee. It intensifies your aromas. It actually does that to your skin and it intensifies. So if you're a smoker and you do that, then you're going to stench a lot more. Something for you to know. And speaking of smells, also a lot of people go to the restrooms, I take it, and they try to do vapes. And
I was
they
just
do?
gonna say that.
all the time,
Yeah.
bro. And
Why,
they do
bro?
it. They do it in bathrooms and do it in restaurants
Why
too.
do they do it on planes?
And they do it in restaurants too. For some reason, people think that it's
vaping
okay for you to do a vape inside of a restaurant just because it's not nicotine. My least favorite is the actual vape that puts a little bit of a cigarette. It's like a tiny cigarette. If you're one of those people and you're smoking in a restaurant, fuck you.
Some of them smell kind of good though.
Oh, no.
I don't
Bro,
vape.
I've seen
I
this.
don't smoke.
I have
Yeah,
pictures
come
of them.
on.
I'm probably going to find that picture. I have a picture that I took of the banquet and it had like 10 of those little reloads just sitting there.
The little joints.
Disgusting, bro.
little
It's like,
joints. Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
there's places for that. You can do that outside, and you can always come back inside.
Okay.
Yes, you will stink, and we'll have to deal with that. And remember, if you fart on a plane, it flies with you. So, just wanted to bring it to the smells. Go ahead.
Well,
But
guess
you know how many
go ahead,
times
go
that
ahead.
we've had someone in the bathroom smoking a vape, and now all of a sudden our fire alarm for the whole plane is going off.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're in the bathroom, like they're not wanting to get out, and I'm just like, yo, we
Do
have
they,
to like knock
do
on the
they,
door.
do they arrest them? Do they call the marshal?
Oh,
What do
no.
you do?
I mean, I don't want to encourage people to do it, but most of the time we just like either write them up or give them a warning or something.
You write them up.
Because some
Yeah,
some
you
things
might get
do,
on
some
our
things
no-fly
don't.
list, or you might have to pay a fine.
I'm just going to jump in and ask because this goes into another question. Is the Mile High Club a real thing?
Yes.
Is it?
Not on my watch, though. No, I'm kidding. I've never seen anybody do it.
It's a real thing, but I wouldn't really say between passengers. I would say between flight attendants.
What?
Whoa!
No, that's insane. She
Do you
knows
see what
something
this
I
is?
don't know.
You see what this says right here?
Listen.
Can you read that? That's where I was going with this shit.
I might have to tap her in real
That's
quick
what I was
because I'm
going
like,
with
I don't know about that.
Listen. This is hot. So do you want to come and join us and give us a little? Come in.
You can
Give
grab
it a
my
little.
seat.
Give it a little switch. Give it a little switch.
Come here
on
real
this way.
quick.
Come on, girl.
Bring your cookies with you.
Bring your biscuit. Whoop. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Listen, we gotta jump in on this one.
Just a quick little answer.
It's a little quick hot thing. Ooh, there we go. We got two on the hot seat now.
Talk to us. So the Mile High Club is real.
Yeah, I would say so. I've never seen, because I work the little body planes, right? I don't work the big backs. That's the like real big planes with a bunch of rows. So
The big
yeah, the
bags.
wide bodies. I call it the big backs and the little.
What are we
backs.
talking about? What? How many rows? How many seats?
That's the one with 3 and then 4 and then 3. That's the big.
That's the big
backs.
back.
Got it.
Yeah.
Big boy.
You work on what the
The
3 and
slim
3,
bodies.
the 3 and
Yeah.
3,
Three. Got it.
the A320 bus.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Come on now.
Come on,
So
Anyways.
those are more like very visible. People are gonna notice if you're gone, if you're in the bathroom too long. It's not as many bathrooms. So we're gonna see, or someone's gonna notice if you're in there doing too much, right? But flight attendants, from what I've heard, plenty of stories
And of course,
of when they're in that back galley,
come on now.
they be doing some stuff and just be looking through the curtain, making
on
sure
now.
nobody coming. That's
Come on now.
So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Come on now.
Like a personal story, or you
Yes.
heard someone like saw something?
No,
was on- it
I
was
know
on-
flight attendants that done it.
On the way to Jamaica, probably.
On the way to
Jamaica.
Jamaica get freaky.
This is all just fiction.
Hypothetical.
Hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals. This is hypothetical.
I will say, someone told me of a situation that they were on a plane and two, guests or flyers. What would be the proper
Passengers?
two passengers? Thank you. Two passengers actually did so in the restroom, and they waited 45 minutes on the runway just so that the police could arrive and they could arrest them for disorderly conduct, etc.
From Mile High Club shit?
Yep, for the Mile High Club shit.
That shit is
So honestly,
crazy.
if you get caught and the flight attendant is not that, is not feeling it, you might have a really bad day. And everybody else too, because everybody had to wait 45 minutes in the runway. Some people might have
And then the walk
gotten
of
late
shame
to their flight,
afterwards.
etc. And you have to do the walk of shame just so that
we're
they
not
had to
watching.
wait for the
Ain't no
police
walk
to
of shame.
arrive.
That
So,
one was
yeah.
okay.
You know what passengers will do though?
Yeah.
If it's like a late flight, first of all, some guys will watch porn on their phone. I've
my
seen
gosh,
that with my own eyes a couple of times, or sometimes like a girl would be like a little
some.
Some beating
You know-
the meat.
you know what that
We spoke
reminds
about
me
that.
of?
We just talked about that.
Well, that reminds me of the when we went to Nicole and Juan's house. So I'll
Name
tell you this.
drop.
I'll tell you this.
No, go ahead.
There was an episode.
No,
Nah,
a previous episode.
Jamaican freak. No.
Hey.
So we were doing an episode. We went to our friend's house, our coworker's house, and the way I started the show off is by saying this story from back in the day. And the way the story went is this girl was jerking her guy off at the table. And what I swear to you, what I said to myself was, I didn't say, that's disgusting. I said, fuck, bro. That's dinner right there. That's how you eat.
That's what I'm missing from my dining
So if I
experiences
could
right
be-
there.
So it's perfect. I swear to you, the only thing I don't like about flying is I get bored.
Yeah.
I get so bored I can't even sleep. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen. Anyways, next topic.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so
Caprice,
much.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Big Mama.
So what gets on your nerves? What are some pet peeves that people commit and bother you and they don't even realize?
The connecting flights for me, for sure.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Like if you are on a flight and then you have another flight afterwards and you're coming, like the flight is on time, everything's going upon schedule, and you're coming to me, they're like, oh my gosh, I have a connecting flight after this. Do you think I'm going to make it? And it's just like, if you were going to be this stressed, why would you book your flight back to back, you know?
Okay.
So I would say that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Another
That's good to
pet
know.
peeve that a lot of flight attendants have are when people come into the galley and they start doing yoga. Like all of a sudden they're doing all
What?
this stretch.
What?
It's a thing.
Yoga in the alley?
Galley yoga
Yoga in
is
the
a
galley.
thing. Yes, they come in there and like it's like
And they
our
bring their
peace
dogs now and they
moment.
do dog yoga.
Right. They got animals walking through everything.
Damn.
But yeah, they come in and they're like taking up all your space in the back and they're like doing yoga. They're like, oh, I hope you don't mind. Actually,
I do. Actually, I do.
Like this is my time to myself. It's not a break, but like if you're not asking for something, like why are you standing here?
I guess the
Hey,
restaurant version
like
of that
somebody
is-
somebody
What?
said, maybe they're liking just trying to be,
No,
know.
no. It's like middle-aged women. I mean, not that they can't like me, but
Hey, you never know. Opportunities come from anywhere.
I guess the restaurant version of that.
Miami, never heard of a
is-
sugar mama? Come on.
Hey.
Let me see. So a lot of restaurants, a lot of popular restaurants in Miami will give people like dining times. Like you got to be out of here in an hour and 45 minutes.
yeah.
And I guess that is the only thing I can think of that is even the restaurant version of that. Like
Yeah.
people being concerned with having enough time that things are going to happen. People don't realize, like you tell people, listen, you got to be out of here in an hour and 45 minutes.
Right.
And people are like, whoa, what do you mean? Well, have you ever sat down to eat for an hour and 45 minutes, bro? It's a long fucking
Yeah.
time. It's
Plus-
a long time.
I guess it's the idea of the fact that they have a limit that imposes on them something. That's
Anyways,
like, oh my
whatever.
Yeah,
God,
I was
it's
thinking
crazy.
maybe more so like they're rushing the food or they're rushing everything.
No.
Not really.
An hour and
no.
45 minutes is a long
It's a
time.
No,
long
I'm saying
time.
like the equivalent to what I'm talking about,
Ah.
where it's like, oh, I have this tight connection, and they're making it like a your problem. But it's like, I mean, I guess if you're going to a restaurant, you're probably not super on a time crunch. But if you go to certain restaurants, they
We
take
are.
a very, very long time.
We are.
No. You guys are on a time crunch,
Right.
but your guests are not.
Well, it is what it is.
But like sometimes you like as a guest, like I've gone to certain restaurants where it's like, why is it taking an hour for my food to come out? Like I didn't have this plan,
Right.
I feel like that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, did you order an appetizer?
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
know.
Probably.
Come on, you still work in a restaurant? You know.
Probably not. So that's a great that's another great segue.
Uh-huh.
I was going to ask you, what's it like to fly as a passenger? What changes? Like for us, when we go out to eat, we have what's called restaurant brains,
Yeah.
where you can't shut it off. I go to a restaurant, and Adrian and I have said this a million times. You see everything.
Yeah.
You hear everything. You see. I could sit in a restaurant and be like, I know that server doesn't need to be there, but they're there, right? What are they doing? Because I know they don't need to be there. These people are fucking around. Like I said, it doesn't like personally affect us,
Right.
but it's a restaurant brain as a guest. So what does a flight attendant brain as a passenger look like?
I mean, I think it's mixed, like if I'm traveling somewhere, like for my personal travel, like a vacation or something like that.
Whatever.
I love taking other airlines because it's just a whole different experience.
You still
I
get a
feel like-
discount?
Yeah. mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we have something called Z traveling to where like you can, or like ID 90, I think. And so like I can book on other airlines that are within our partnership.
Okay.
So it's a good benefit.
Wow,
of-
a lot of good benefits in this.
yeah, no facts.
Damn.
But I feel like when I fly on other airlines, I'm able to feel more of like a passenger. Like,
Right.
wow, like I'm amazed with like the different services because I don't know if you've heard, but they say like airlines in America are a little ghetto compared to like international airlines or foreign airlines, I guess. So you feel more like you're getting like the full like experience
Right.
that you don't get. But when I fly like my own airline, I do feel like I'm like paying attention to everything. Like
Right.
if somebody doesn't have their headphones in, I'm like, is someone gonna tell this person? Or like they have their laptop out or something. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of hard to turn that off for sure.
All right. Speaking of turning off, when everybody's seating and the plane before it's about to take out. Last time that I flew, they say, oh, everyone that has in the overhead bins a rechargeable battery for their phones needs to take it out of their bag and have it with them on their hand. Not to, so it's like
Their
instead of it
hand.
being here, it needs to be
Under the seat.
here. And I was like, are they just messing with us or what's going on
fire
there?
hazard.
It is.
Yeah, like sometimes they just burst into flames, and I think it's just easier if it's right there. We can see it faster. We can get to it faster.
See?
You could also, the person holding it can fucking burn alive.
Yes, and actually, it kind of a little bit of a trick question because it is a particular hazard. And the worst thing about those particular gizmos is that because of the chemicals that it has inside of the battery, if it lights on fire, you have a chemical fire. And the one way for you to destroy that chemical fire is not just by covering it. You actually need to put a product on
You have a
it
whole
that's going
procedure.
to amass the air of this airplane, and everybody's going to be just gagging. It's going to be terrible. So taking care of that or removing all the oxygen from the cabin, and at that point, and everybody would die. So next time that they ask you, grab your battery and put it on your hands, and maybe consider that. They're not necessarily being an asshole.
You know, the only thing that stresses me out about flying is that I won't have a space for my bag on the thing. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But
That's the
I
only thing that
guess
stresses me out.
where I was
do you
trying to go
need?
with this is I saw a SNL bit once where the flight attendant was doing the announcement. Oh, everybody, please put your airplane, your phones in airplane mode. And everybody's like, I'm talking on the plane right now. I never turn it off during any of my trips.
First of
And
all,
then
that's
somebody's
probably like my biggest pet peeve.
oh,
What?
make sure you put your seat forward, not backwards. Like I'm always sleeping on the trip, and somebody's like, I'm sleeping right now. And then they're like, oh, don't your tray down. It's like, so the question is, how many of those things are truly important, and which ones aren't?
How do we determine what's important?
Yeah.
You know, like whenever I think about that, I'm like, people are like, why can't I have my tray table down? Well, because if there was an emergency, your tray table's down. Now you're halting like other passengers from being able to get off the plane because you have your tray table down. Oh, why can't I have my device holder open? Well, now like if something were to happen, boom, your device falls out, hits somebody else in the head. So it's like
What about the windows? The windows need to be up during takeoff or landing.
only if you're in the exit row.
Why is that though?
Because if we were to crash, you know,
I want to see that I'm about to die.
no,
Why?
no.
I don't understand.
I want to see it. I'm like, it's okay.
I
Whenever
just
we
don't. I love that. I'm sincerely intrigued by all this shit.
Whenever we land, we need to know if the environment outside is safe. Are we in water? Is there a fire outside? And we can't, like, let's say we crash and then the windows are jammed. Now we can't open it, you know? So it's like, it's all preventative things or like proactive things.
Right.
But the normal day-to-day passenger doesn't think about all that. So they just think I'm being extra. And honestly, I think it's actually crazy that passengers still think we're being extra with everything that's happened like the last couple years with aviation, like the accidents, the issues that have happened, like put on your seatbelt. Why are you rolling your eyes because I asked you to put on your seatbelt? Or like your kid is in a seatbelt, but their seatbelt is so big. What is that doing?
I honestly never put my seatbelt on.
See, and
I never put it on.
Hey, listen, it all depends because you might have with a captain a smooth flight, but with another captain,
What about you?
You don't know.
What are some of your pet peeves?
My pet peeves is, I guess when we're preparing for landing and people give us an attitude, especially if they have some type of status with the airline, so they're just like,
Okay, entitled,
entitled
American,
VIP, American
plus,
plus
golden traveler ticket holder.
right.
and definitely the connections, like she said.
Then when people stress you out about
they're
them making it.
Especially if we get to the gate like 2 minutes late and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss my connection.
Okay. But technically, the question, I guess, for those that are super concerned about that, technically, if you purchase a flight and it does the connection by itself, it technically means that you do have the time. Now, if you want to stretch that, then that's up to you because things can happen, right? It could be so.
No, people literally are like, hey, can you make an announcement so that I can go to the very front and get off before everybody? I'm like, the
No.
plane is on time.
No.
Please stay seated.
How about
But the
how
thing
about if
is,
someone
You will?
goes? How about if someone goes with a honey and says, "Hey,
Y'all different.
Can you please make an announcement so that I can get
I
off
would
the
make that
plane
announcement
early?"
ASAP. Sure, whatever. But the thing is, even if I make the announcement, that doesn't mean people are going to abide by it.
Right.
So I make the
You
announcement.
got to tip everybody on the plane.
Hey guys, stay seated. And everybody's like, we get to the gate, they're running off the planes. It's like, okay.
As soon as
I
you hear
said
that,
what
everybody gets up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. Go ahead.
Can I, as a Puerto Rican, have you flown to Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
It's a custom to when we land, we clap.
Yeah.
That's Dominicans too. Dominicans do this.
Is that anywhere else in your experience, or is that just Puerto Rico?
No, I would say it's probably just people that are like
Jamaica?
new flyers. Jamaica too? Like the Caribbean, Hispanic.
They clap.
Yeah.
All right.
If you go to the Caribbean, you clap.
Yeah.
There you go. So if you go Caribbean,
Pretty
you
much.
land, you clap, baby.
But
Do
it's
it
getting
right.
less and less, you know? But it's still like a cute little thing.
I think that's a kind of universal thing where people don't understand why things are done.
Yeah.
They feel like if they're inconvenienced by something, that it's wrong. It shouldn't be done. That happens in
Oh my
restaurants.
gosh,
That happens in
yes.
restaurants all the time. All the time.
Because their convenience is more important than safety.
They don't understand. They don't understand the nuances.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
I would urge that look at that SNL bit. I'll probably put it down in the comments because at the end of it, the flight attendant just bursts and says, "Shut up, everyone! Don't you get it? No one knows how airplanes work. It's magic. Will it blow up? Will it land? We don't know. Could you just stop being an asshole and help us out so that we can get there on time?
Yeah.
Thank you." Right? So the same way applies to a restaurant. You know what I miss on restaurants? I miss people arriving before. I miss people going to the restaurant 15, 20 minutes before their reservation time. And they're like, oh, we're going to be at the bar. And they're having a drink. And then the other two people show up. And then they're, we're still waiting for two more. And then they're having drinks at the bar. They're having fun. And then when everybody shows up, they're still like 5-10 minutes early. And then they're like, oh, yeah, your table is ready.
Yeah.
Why aren't people doing that no more? I miss that thing, because now people just show up and they're like, what's my table? Is my table ready? How come it's not my table ready? I want to sit down and I want to stay there.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that to
You're
yourself?
putting the stress onto me now.
What?
Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
What do
'Cause
you
you're
like? What do you dislike about flying?
Dislike about flying?
What gets on your nerves when you fly? Because I have one that drives me fucking nuts, bro.
Oh, man. My flying experiences are very chill, man.
Yeah, you like desensitized.
I'll put a picture
thing.
somewhere. I go with my...
He's got an eye mask, a fucking
and
thing.
And when for COVID, I even had the plastic. I look like Darth Vader. There was
You're
when I fly
prepared.
and I disconnect. I'm like just like.
And you're probably one of the most easygoing passengers.
Listen,
we don't got to worry about you.
If I when I travel with my lady, she always wakes me up for snacks. But if not, I only need the wake me up for snacks kind of thing, you know, so I can get my tasty biscuits.
You know, by the way, I bought these Biscoffs here. It made me realize the Biscoffs I serve on the plane is stale as fuck. These are fresh.
Now I want to try
nice.
one.
These are fresh.
You gotta
We
open
get
those
a
up.
packet every flight. I don't know.
So what really gets
for it.
on my nerves is when whoever's doing the PA announcements like stutters a lot. That shit drives me crazy. Thank you for flying American Airlines. We are here in Miami, where the local time is. I'm like, yo, get your shit together.
How many times you done this?
Get your shit together.
We've done it
Don't
too
you
many
have the
times.
paper?
That's
Don't you have it on
why.
their phone?
It bothers me so much when y'all stutter, when y'all doing the PA announcement. It drives me
First
crazy.
of all,
But some are
I'm
great at
gonna
that,
request
by
a little bit of grace because we've done it so many different times that it's like by the 100th time, like
Well,
our
it should-
brains are fried.
Well, it should be the opposite because in my
Says
job,
who?
well, because in my job, the things that I've done hundreds of times are so on autopilot, I never stutter.
Well.
Never. And we are similar in that way where you're speaking and everybody's listening to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take care of tables that are very big.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a table of like 20 people. And in certain instances, you're talking to 20 people and most of the people are paying attention to you.
Yeah.
And it's actually a little different because it's not like you're providing me a service. We've already landed. Your job is over. You're just annoying me. But I could actually make less money for displaying that lack of
So you think
confidence.
we're stuttering because we're just like, I don't care. Let me just say what I gotta say.
I don't know why y'all doing it, but I hate that shit.
It's okay, but think I stutter.
You
all the
stutter?
time. Yeah.
I say the wrong location. I say the wrong
Time, everything. First
Time's
of all,
okay. You said the wrong location after landing?
oh yes, and people are like, looking over and like,
That shit drives me crazy.
Okay,
Sorry.
then you know that's interesting because that brings us a question.
That shit drives me nuts.
What about narcotics while working?
narcotics.
Yeah, like do some coworkers work high?
Oh,
Do some
absolutely.
coworkers work drunk?
You're
Some
meeting-
coworkers are like, like you're not meant
It's
to
not
be
like
here. And he's
flight.
like, well, I was off
It's not
today.
like flight. You're
It
not
is
dancing.
like
Yeah,
flight.
like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, in the sense where you're not getting tested.
We are getting tested.
You guys get tested every flight?
No, not every. He only got tested on that flight because they had an emergency.
'Cause they had an emergency and they had to check everybody's
when
blood.
you do an emergency, you have to get tested, but you get randomized testing.
Okay.
But do you know how many addiction runs high in aviation?
It's
First of
just
all,
like the restaurant industry.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the restaurant
Absolutely.
industry.
Yeah, people are taking like little mini shots and going to their layover and having a good time and everything.
Our
Yeah.
jobs are really not that dissimilar. Look, right? We're in contained spaces.
Yes.
There could be disaster at any moment. We have to handle chaos.
Yes.
We have to handle people who are uncompromising,
Yeah.
have no consideration for anyone else.
What about the fact that you guys work with the same people though? Because it is refreshing. Like
Well, I mean,
that
yeah.
guy sucked, but
That
I don't
could
have
be.
to see them ever again. Really.
Well, we're similar in that way too, in the sense where we have different guests every night. You guys have different passengers all the
Yeah.
time. I mean, if
But,
you
like, your
our
coworkers.
that's
I mean,
that's
but,
where,
do you still have coworkers that you might like? Coworkers
that's
that you
where the
might not like?
similarities end. Like, yeah, we have to see
Yeah.
the same people.
Yeah.
If you don't like working with somebody, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, honestly.
Yeah,
But
And like more like politics, right? Because you're like in the same environment with the same people all the time. So it's like with us, like I've probably met my manager maybe once, and it was because I got in trouble for something. But other than that, like I don't.
What are things that
What are we-
a flight
what are we
attendant
missing-
can get
what are
in
we
trouble
missing here?
for? What is a common
get, like, write-ups and shit?
What is a common write up
Written
that
up,
that flight attendants
I'm
get?
not too good to be written up.
There you go. That's how you roll. But
But,
what's a common
You like
write-up
a
in the
bunch of
airline
write-ups.
industry?
Well, I mean, the most common write-up is going to be you called out too many times. And Caprice knows all about that. But that's going to be the most common. Then we have like the passenger complaints, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's just like, if we're the same, bro. We get a Yelp review. My manager will call me into the office and be like, yeah, that two-top you had last night said that it seemed like you were paying more attention to the table next to them and not them. I go, well, maybe that has to do with the fact that they weren't spending any money and the table next to them was spending thousands of dollars and having a good time and drinking and doing celebrations and
Right.
chilling and having a good time and paying attention to each other.
Because what
And
energy
they was
do I
on their
need to give
phones.
to them? if
That's
they're
not my fault.
Right.
It's not my fault. It's all about perception. Perception is
Yeah.
reality. And it sucks. It sucks because that's someone's reality. Because to that table, I was giving them cold service. But it's
yeah.
just that
It reminds me of like that Black
Yeah.
Mirror episode where you're like walking around with the rating. We actually have
that shit is
like
terrifying.
a
Have
rating
you seen that
program.
episode?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that
Black Mirror,
episode
yeah.
is terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
That shit is terrifying.
There you go.
You know, we have a
Coming
rating
soon.
program at our job now. Like
What's your rating? Out of what?
I think 100, right? It's like, what is it called? Rate me now.
Me at work.
I
Me
can
out.
guess.
It's called
I
me.
can guess. Wait. What's yours?
What do you think it is? Guess.
I would say a low 90.
Okay, yeah, I think so.
No,
The
sir.
Brooklyn shorty got
no,
the-
sir. I would say you're a low 80. You're in like
She's
an 83.
actually one of the better flight attendants. Like
That's not saying
she
much, though.
loves her job.
Do you?
She does.
I haven't checked the me at work since I was
Oh, I haven't checked the me.
Can you check it now?
Can you check it?
on work phone.
That's checking,
convenient.
checking the savings. Yeah, yeah.
convenient. That's convenient. Yeah, so perception is reality.
You know,
If a passenger thought you were rude, you were rude. It is
I
what
will,
it
we
is.
mentioned you mentioned that call outs, and
Yeah.
that happens because once I went to fly and I was like, is it a delay? The plane's right there. Yeah, we're just waiting for one more person because otherwise we can't fly. Because you
Yeah.
mentioned there's 4 positions on that small plane, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And if one of them is not there, you don't fly.
Yeah, no.
And
minimum
then
crew.
you have to wait until someone decides, oh, I'll pick that shift,
No,
and then
no.
I'll show up,
There
right?
are people at the airport that are
Yeah.
like sitting on standby, but it has to be at like one of our bases. So
Okay.
if you're in freaking, I don't know, Omaha, Nebraska, yeah, you might be out of luck. But if you're in like one of the major cities like Miami, New York, etc., then it's like we kind of have people out in the airport just waiting to be called.
Oh, okay. Those on call. Then please do that because that's my one thing. Obviously, delays. It's just like, oh man, it's
Yeah, no,
because
they
nobody
suck.
because it's one of those situations where, unfortunately, as much as people love traveling,
Mm-hmm.
the traveling aspect of it, it tends to be for many the hardest of all.
Like just getting into the airplane, or
Yeah, it just feels like you know when you're stuffed into the airplane that everybody's just treated like just like get in there, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel.
And then you can finally relax when
Sometimes
you're
you
in
feel
your
like there's a depending on it feels like a bit of a not just lack of hospitality, but at the same time lack of that decency from everybody else that makes
Yeah.
it just a nicer experience, right? Because you can have flight attendants that are great and they even dance when they do their presentations and they're like, if you want to do this thing, and then turn around and be like,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
And you're
they're
like,
so cool.
damn, these guys are amazing, right?
Yeah.
But then everybody else that's on that flight, they're just they
Dry,
suck. They're
yeah.
dry. They don't feel it.
Have you
So-
ever had somebody that like hated you, low-key? Like, and you're just a passenger meeting them for the first time?
Oh no, we have it all the time because, for example,
nice.
where we work, we do have a big lavish presentation, all right? And something that I tell guests
Several.
is, hey, the more energy you give us, the more energy we'll give you, right?
Yeah.
And I let them know that so that when we come in, they're not like surprised. But
You say that to
you know
them?
what it is to be like a group of 10, 20 people just like having a great time, yelling at these 3 people that are paying for such item, and the 3 people are like, oh yeah, and like on the phone like, oh yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like you gotta vibe back,
energy,
right? The
yeah.
energy needs to go. So when you have the right energy, the right focus, it's a completely different vibe. So that comes from both flight attendants, hospitality, and guests, or in this case, passengers.
That's why I feel like I haven't had too many like crazy like flight attendant experiences because I feel like I'm very calm. So to have an issue with me,
You
like,
give that energy out there.
exactly.
But how do you deal
No.
with a difficult passenger?
Well, we have policy. Like you're supposed to talk to them first, and then you tell somebody else to talk to them. And if that person still doesn't listen, then we get the captain on them, and then we remove them from the flight.
Oh, what if it's mid-flight?
What if it's what?
Mid-flight, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it depends on what they're doing,
Right.
Like if they're trying to get into the cockpit, oh no. And that's a huge thing.
Have you
But
ever had to
Someone's
tackle
trying to-
someone or
someone's trying to
stop,
get
physically
into the-
stop someone?
No, but sometimes I'm like, ooh, is today gonna be my day? Like, I don't know. You need a little spice in your life sometimes.
Not on a fucking airplane. No, not mid-flight, girl.
What
no.
is
Nah.
I can fight a little bit.
To you, is that someone you've been flying for 5 years now?
Yeah.
And what is the scariest thing that you have like experienced while being on a flight?
Honestly, probably just turbulence. I haven't had too much like craziness. Oh, I mean, but people almost dying type of thing, like people passing out.
Medical emergencies.
Yeah, the medical emergencies for sure.
Have you had to like reroute mid-flight?
No, actually, we only do that if they died.
They was like, nah, whatever. What about you over there?
Hey, if you fart, you're gonna land on the other side.
I think Caprice has had more crazy experience on the
Any
plane.
scary experiences on the plane?
Scary experiences?
Yeah, I have. My first month or two in, some guy was rushing towards the flight deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, but we got him.
This guy was rushing to the flight deck.
No, he didn't
We got
push
him.
me.
We got him. Did
okay.
you?
Coffee pot in my hand.
I got it.
That's a
Ooh.
famous thing with this.
Coffee
because-
pot.
did you hear
That's
about
your-
that story?
No, but just hit people with a coffee. I was thinking, swing a coffee pot at somebody.
Hey, you gotta do what you
Are
gotta
they
do.
glass or
That's a
plastic?
business.
No, not just
They're
that.
metal.
A hot coffee pot in the face?
Yeah.
That's gonna
yeah.
stop anyone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That'll put a stop on anyone.
I heard that
I wanted
they
to mention
don't
something
open
about
the shit.
turbulence real
Go
quick.
ahead, go ahead.
When turbulence goes, what is like your go-to? What do you like? How do you handle that?
When turbulence
what?
goes?
Yeah, or like what do you tell people to like? Hey,
I mean, I feel like, honestly, you would be surprised how much the common sense lacks whenever it comes to turbulence. Like, people are taking their kids, like, walking through the
Like
aisle.
the
I'm just
Key
like,
and
yo, literally, we might go down and you might be on the ceiling. Like,
Right.
Have you
need
seen
to-
that?
No, thank God. But I have worked with people where they're like, yeah, I hit the top, or I broke my arm, or I did this. And, like, those are the flight attendants that, like, if there's any type of bumps, they're, like, telling everybody, like, do not get up because this company will not pay for you and the company will not support you, so you need to stay seated. And you're just like, okay.
you know,
like,
whenever
really, yeah.
whenever that happens to me, because I'm usually just sleeping, and then it's like suddenly it starts shaking. I just change the song and I put "No Time for Caution" Interstellar soundtrack. Dun, dun. And it's just I don't know.
I've had people
At
come
that
back.
point, I don't care.
I've had people come to the back of the plane and they're needing like some therapy almost. Like they're like, oh my gosh, it's so
scary.
scary. Yeah,
It's
like
scary.
I've never dealt with anything like this. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like I have a very like morbid way of looking at life. So I'm like, it never bothers me, but I'm trying to be there for other people. Yeah.
Just one last question for me is,
Yes.
do you get in the weeds in a plane? Do you know what that means?
No.
In the restaurant industry is where you're just very busy.
Yeah.
You're super busy. You're behind. You're swamped.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't know what to do next. The drinks are taking a long time. Guests are complaining food's taking a long time. Your serving assistant is nowhere to be found. No one has water. You don't know what to do first. That's called being in the weeds.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck to do. You're busy. Does that happen on a plane as a flight attendant?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't really fly like the lead position, which is position one, but when you're working first class, like that can be very much in the weeds. And if you don't have a good number three, the number three is supposed to assist the number one. Sometimes they don't even ask you like, hey, do you want help? They're just like, oh, she got it because she's getting paid more, which is true. But it's also like, hey, sometimes it gets pretty crazy up here, you know? Like, I need a little assistance. But yeah, like definitely like people are asking for multiple drinks at a time. They're asking for back-to-back, like, because sometimes whenever they're flying, it's a party for them, which I'm sure you guys relate to, obviously, at the restaurant. But it's just like, yo, I'm only one person. Like, y'all need to calm down. I got to get the mood.
There's another similarity,
The
yeah.
meals
Perfect.
ready. Yeah, the appetizer thing. Like, it can be a lot of work for sure.
That's another similarity. That's almost exactly word for word what we deal with.
I
The
do have this
multiple
question
drinks is
from.
actually, that's probably a pet peeve too. I'm not going to lie.
I do have this question for a listener. Thank you so much for doing so. Who is in charge of loading the ice on the plane?
The ice?
Who? The ice. Bringing ice. Just who's in charge of that?
Catering.
Position 1, position 2, position 3, 4. Is it somebody else? Who's
Oh yeah, catering just delivers
Catering.
it to us.
catering delivers
Yeah.
it? Oh, it's just because I had a good friend and he says, man, you know how hard it is because you got the jitters, so you pop a couple of edibles so that you fly chill, and then you get on that plane. And you know what they couldn't have? They didn't have ice. They give you that warm water. And you're like drying on the inside. You have to fly 5 hours
Yeah.
with warm water. You know what I mean? So please, whoever's in charge of the ice, come on, do it for us. Don't be an ass.
Well, sometimes
Thank
the
you.
ice melts. Like, we're in Miami. Like, think about how hot it is out here. And then it's like you start the flight, you had ice, and then mid-flight, it's water. You know? You do the best you can.
All right.
You gotta ask for ice with your drinks, and with certain drinks. Like if you want it with water, if someone asks me for water, I'm not gonna give.
I
them
just
ice.
pour regular water, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to say with ice for like water or orange juice because I don't. Put
And apple juice, yeah.
Yeah, and apple juice.
Club soda.
There you go.
Is it okay? Is it okay if someone like does it bother you if people ask for multiple drinks in regular like in
Yes.
coach?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, it's annoying.
I just
Thank
had a
you so
passenger
much.
ask me.
I was thinking that shit. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I'm not gonna ask for another drink because I feel like they get
I
annoyed
mean,
by it.
a water and a coffee, a water and something, I'm okay. But when you're like, oh, let me get a club soda and a Bloody Mary, and then also a Jack and Coke, and I'm like, oh, it's for your whole entire row? No, just me.
I don't
So
even
this
first
is a
like
60-minute flight.
Oh,
What are we doing?
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the party starts when you land, please. When we're on this flight, we just want to make sure that you're safe. We want to make sure that you're taken care of.
Right.
We don't want it to be a party on the flight. I don't know how you're going to act when you're drunk.
Oh man, flying is so boring, bro.
Last words. Anything else you want to ask?
I'm good, bro.
Well, this is the part of the segment where we, if there's something that you want to get off your chest, if there's one thing that you would like passengers to know about getting on a plane or the whole part, just what would that be?
Just have grace for your flight attendants. Like, you never know like how much that they've been flying, and you know that maybe they are also delayed. Also, like if you guys have a delay, that delays their layover, that delays their experience too. So when you're complaining to them, like they're also navigating it too. Like I've had flights sometimes where I was supposed to leave at 7 p.m., but now we're leaving at 2 a.m., you know, and we've been rolling delay, you know? And it's just like now from that 2 a.m. flight, I have to still work however long the flight is. So I wasn't preparing for this, you know?
Right.
So I would just say have grace, and you know, hopefully we have grace for you guys too. But the biggest thing is probably have grace.
I think that's with anything.
Yeah.
Well,
As a restaurant
anything
guest, as
you
anything.
want to close? Anything you want
On
to
the
let
record,
people
off the
know?
record, anything?
Off the record?
No, I think she said it amazingly well.
Okay.
Then
It was very,
there you go.
very media trained answer. Okay.
Very indeed. Very.
I'm good, brother. I feel completely enlightened. Now I know what the deal is.
Now we're ready. Well,
Wait, are you guys gonna change anything that you do on the planes now that you have such great feedback?
I'm still
No.
gonna sleep and I'm still gonna enjoy my flight all the way, and I'm
Yeah.
still playing my song with this Turbulence and wake me up for snacks. It's been a pleasure flying with you, and thank you for joining Fancy Bread Airlines. As always, thank you for listening,
Take care, everybody.
and thank you very much to our flight attendants that joined us today.
Thank you.
Because in Puerto Rico, when we land, we clap, baby.